Are you satisfied with how the reaction of how the players are adapting to this speed of the tempo of the?
Yeah, I mean, it's our normal tempo, but the one thing that's impressed me is how quickly the young kids have picked it up. I think our older kids have done a great job of explaining to them what we need to get accomplished. You know, we don't condition after practice because we condition in practice, and it's, you know, if you can get the reps that we're getting right now off in practice, then we know we're going at a pretty good clip. We got a system of trying to figure out if we got these many reps going on, we know we're moving at a pretty good pace right now, and everybody's practicing, so it's pretty good for us right now.
Chip, a lot's been made about your pace and your conditioning and that sort of thing. As other teams see that, do you have to constantly work to make sure that it's at the highest level compared to last year?
No, we don't compare anything to other years or what other teams are doing. It's just what's good for this team and what this team can handle. And right now, through the first 5 days, the health of our team has been really, really good. So we can handle playing at this tempo. You know, if you lose a couple wideouts, you know, and all of a sudden you're asking those guys to play 30 snaps and you only got 6 wideouts, well, then you're going to run them into the ground and lose them a little bit. But we've got some depth at the positions that run the most in receiver and defensive back right now, and it's a matter of getting those guys as many reps as we can, and that's what we're trying to concentrate on right now. We're just playing at the pace we normally play at, which is about, you know, somewhere between 3 and 4 plays in a minute. So.
Do you have an update on how the offensive line's been looking the last couple days?
They've been good. You know, again, it's trying to. Wood rotates so many guys. You know, I'll look up and all of a sudden, you know, you'll see Hamani Stevens playing tackle. You know, and that's one of the things Steve does so those guys understand the concept. So everybody's, you know, Ryan Clanton's getting a lot of work. Everybody's getting a ton of work because of the amount of reps we're getting. But there's really been no system of who's been set in where they are. But they're working really hard. In that competition, finally yesterday, we finally got to put the pads on between the O-line and the D-line. It's starting to heat up a little bit, and it's been good. There's been some real good physical play out there, but we're still not on the ground because we don't have pads on, and we can start to pick it up a little bit more even tomorrow. So.
You feel like Brian Bennett stood out any more today than he has in days past?
No, I don't know until I look at the film, to be honest with you, Chris, because sometimes I'll see a ball, but I'm watching something else, and I don't even know who threw it. So I know Marcus made a couple nice throws. I know Brian made some plays today, but until we get to watch the body of the film, because I'm not coaching one position. When I used to coach quarterbacks, that's all I was looking at, but now I got an opportunity to see everybody. So I may have been talking to Eddie Pleasant about running off the field, and I didn't know who was throwing the ball. So we'll get some of that stuff when we look at the tape.
Not that ball security is not ever a priority, but you mentioned it on media day. How have you felt about it?
We've been okay. You know, we put one on the ball. We put one down the other day. We put one on the ball down on the ground today, and they're starting to get hit a little bit more than they do in shells, and the ball's coming out a little bit more. And it's something we have to concentrate on. Our defense is really good at it. They were second in the country last year in creating turnovers, so it's great to go against them. But you know, one ball on the ground is too many. It's something. Again, the good thing is get it on film, get a chance to show them why they did it. Was it how they carried it, or you know, lack of technique, and then some things we can improve on. But we've got to get better, especially at fumbles lost. We were really poor at that.
Coach, since you began, what have you seen in film work or film study this week? What have you liked? Maybe what have you not liked overall?
What I've liked is our effort. I think our kids are playing really hard and understanding, you know, what we want to get accomplished. You know, just from what they control, and they control how hard they play. So, you know, if you have to spend a lot of time as a coaching effort, then it takes away from being able to coach the fundamentals and the individual techniques. And I think our older guys have done a good job of showing our younger guys how to do it, and I really think the younger guys have adapted to what we want them to do. Now it's really a matter of how many times can we get you out there and show you how many you can be in this situation and individual situations, and how can you apply the techniques that you're being taught in your individual drills. So that's the one thing I've been impressed with, and I've been impressed with, you know, just our guys' overall attention in terms of how they're approaching everything right now. There's not a lot of, you know, teeth pulling like, hey, this is what we got to get out of practice. They go out there, and when they hit the practice field, they know what they got to get accomplished. So.